Hi, my name is Just Nick, and today we're messing around with the Catalinbread SuperCharged Overdrive pedal. So, as you can hear, this pedal is definitely about the rock. It's a medium to high gain distortion pedal, and when you step on it, it says rock. It just says rock. That's really useful to me. I play a lot of different genres of music, and sometimes I'm playing R&B or hip-hop, and you need to make that rock sound. But you don't want it to be some sort of a generic, over-compressed, sort of artificial sounding rock sound. You want it to be that rock sound, and this pedal does a really good job of producing that rock sound, but still allowing some of the playing dynamics to come through, and in particular not flubbing out on the bottom end, staying pretty tight if you set it up that way, so that even into, you know, a smaller amplifier like the car Rambler behind me with the 12-inch single 12-inch speaker, even into an amplifier like that, it can thump like you're playing into a larger cab. Okay. Also, the top end is not excessively bright. There's enough there for string definition and attack and pinch harmonics and all of that, but it's not going to, you know, make cats go insane and mess with your high frequency hearing. I really don't think it will. There's no tone control on it, but it's like apparently most Catalinbread pedals, really, really well voiced, and I didn't miss it at all last night when I used it on a gig where I had to make lots of that rock sound. Even played a Heart cover, which was exciting because I love the Wilson sisters, but also because in their verbiage description of the pedal on the website, Catalinbread talks about this thing sort of sounding like Heart 8-track, or sounding as cool as or as hot as, I forget what they said, but I just liked the connection. It was exciting for me, and it worked really, really well. Now, it's got a volume control and a gain control. The low end of the gain is still pretty dirty, okay? This is not, you know, kind of a light overdrive. So here's the low end of the gain. And here's the clean sound. So you can hear the amp is completely clean. This amp has a lot of headroom, by the way, but all the distortion's coming from here. You're not going to get real low gain overdrive tones out of this. There is a gain knob, obviously, which when maxed out really gets us into kind of fuzz territory and some beautiful sounds, especially on the low strings, which I really like. I'm going to switch to my bridge pickup here so you get a little bit more bite. So big, crunchy, kind of over the top, but really delicious. There's nothing kind of cheese. Well, to the degree there's any cheese in this pedal at the really high gain settings, it's a very hip kind of cheese, if you ask me. I really like it. Now, there's this contour knob, which is super useful. I'm not exactly sure I understand what it does. They don't describe a lot about it in the documentation, except to say that it kind of tightens up the bass or kind of opens things up for a more vintagey Marshall sound. We'll go back to a medium gain setting, and I'm going to turn it all the way counterclockwise. So far, I've had it turned all the way clockwise for the tightest possible bass, and that was really helpful live for me to get my chunk and not create too much mud on the low end and sort of darken up the whole stage sound last night. But we're going to sweep it. First, I'll stay on clockwise for the tight bass, okay? And we'll go all the way counterclockwise for what they describe as a more open sound. So this is pretty interesting because as you sort of open up the bass and it's not as tight, you get sort of what sounds to my ear like more harmonic content and a little more harmonic interest. So the high notes are going to change too, right? So all the way over clockwise here we go. Let's see. That's with it all the way clockwise, tight bass, and here it is all the way counterclockwise. To my